Hey guys, it's Mark from North 7 Outdoors. Welcome back to another episode, and this week we are going to talk about our lackluster performance on Baptiste Lake. Coming up. Alright, so the way the tournament series works is you get a list of usually about 3 lakes, and then they do the draw the night before, so no one has a chance to pre-fish that lake unless you want to pre-fish all 3 lakes. So my options were West McCoon, Limerick, or Baptiste. And I'm like, hell yeah, alright. So we've got, I probably have about 200 hours on West McCoon. I would say I've probably been there about 20 times for 10 hours, more or less. I'd say so I have a few hundred hours there, which is nothing to scoff at. I felt like I had the best chance to get 20 pounds, just a miracle bag on West McCoon. Limerick, 2,000 hours in the last, not even my lifetime, probably like the last decade. Last 5 years. Literally no one has fished Limerick more than me in the last 5 years. I've already have spent probably about close to 100 hours on Limerick this year, and bass season's only been open for 2 weeks. So yeah, I fished a lot on Limerick. That's definitely my home lake. Anyways, well, as you already know, it was Baptiste Lake. I have 9 hours on Baptiste Lake. I've never given Baptiste a fair shot. I fished a tournament there once a couple of years ago. Did horrible. It was one of those tournaments you roll into in September, and it's like -6 out or something, and there's frost everywhere, and you're like, it's like September 18th here. What are we doing here, guys? Like, it's not winter yet. Largemouth bite just died off. It was slow waiting for fish. But I always like the scenery of Baptiste Lake, so I always wanted to go back there. So the only other time I've been to Baptiste Lake, we went a little bit to the east, or to the right from the public boat ramp. We went a little bit to the north and a little bit to the west. So just kind of probably, I don't know, maybe 2 miles in all the direction of the lake from the public boat ramp, and didn't do very well. So obviously things didn't start out really good. You know, I made it to, I don't know, Bannockburn or something, and I'm like, I don't have any of my graphs or black box in the boat. I'm like, I can probably turn around and make the, you know, the starting time still. And I was like, you know what, I don't really know the lake anyways. So we just kept driving. So off the hop, we are not in a very good position, because it's always nice to have graphs, because I don't know anything about the lake. So in my game plan, I'm still riding high from Stony Lake at this point, and even sturgeon was a good showing. So I've had 2 back-to-back tournaments the week before, and I'm like, you know what, I can catch 15 pounds, throwing a wacky worm and putting the trolling motor on high and covering water. Didn't happen. I'm glad I did this video now, a couple weeks later, because at the time I'm like, I don't really know what I did wrong. I thought I would come across, you know, 1 or 2 big bites. I lost one under a laydown that was at least 3 pounds. I didn't have him on very long. I know he was at least 3 pounds. So take that with a grain of salt. I don't know how big he was, just over 3, easily. Largemouth, I'm assuming, from all the structure, 99% of the time it's going to be largemouth. Never saw it, obviously. And that was the only cruiser that I like. Well, it wasn't a cruiser, it was a resident fish, but usually if you cover enough water, you just pick 1 or 2 big ones. So I lost one there. Had 3 fish. One was, I called a smallmouth, it was a largemouth. I had 1 largemouth and 2 smallmouth for, I don't know, 5 pounds, 6 pounds with the bag. Had 2 more that were right around 12 inches, but I threw them back immediately. So, I mean, even with the large mouth there that I missed on the tree, I don't know, 11 pounds maybe, which is nothing to write home about. Never, I don't know, would I go back there? If I ever went back there, I found one spot way to the east of the boat ramp, just beating the bank, that I would go back to. And other than that, I'd probably go to Elephant Lake. What would I do differently? You know, I probably... This is the thing about fishing. It's no different than bowling or working or whatever you do for a living. It doesn't really matter. If you take a few weeks off from whatever you're doing, you're going to notice you've made a couple mistakes here and there that you wouldn't normally do. And fishing's no different. I was riding so high last year. The week before Baptiste Lake, I was on fire. Thinking to myself, you know, I got this, confidence is high. I had too much confidence in the wacky worm, you know. After I filmed the 100 bass on 100 different soft plastic lures, I realized, I'm like, man, like, there's so many other ways to catch fish. And the wacky worm is always going to play a pivotal role in my tournament fishing career. No doubt about that. But there's so many other ways that I just kind of had neglected, because realistically I'd only been out twice before, 2 tournaments this year. So it's nice to get back into the rhythm. And already I feel like I'm a much better fisherman than I was at Baptiste Lake, which was only two weeks ago. But I did spend, you know, probably about 100 hours on Limerick Lake. So confidence level's high. So there's really not much to say about the recap. It was post-spawn. Or sorry, it was pre-spawn, I assume, because I didn't stick around for the weigh-ins. I left like an hour before. I'm just like, dump my fish at the boat ramp. Someone weighed in like largemouth just under 6 pounds for big fish. I'm like, holy, that's a big one. And when I fished Limerick the next couple days, which was a little bit south of Baptiste Lake, they were skinny as could be. They had just spawned out. Baptiste Lake is a little, you know, a little bit north of there, so I think they got onto a couple pre-spawners, which is good for them. Anyways, guys, that's the video. Not much to recap. Just, I guess, don't put all your eggs in one basket. And remember that lesson if we take away anything from this video. Thank you guys for watching. Coming up, we have a stockpile of the Tackle Addict Challenge videos, and I've filmed a few more videos over the weekend. So thank you guys for watching, and coming up soon we'll have another Tackle Addict Challenge video. Thank you for watching. Take care.